Hi friends, welcome to Knowledge Share. So today's topic is SharePoint Generator 1.14 preview. As you all know, a new version of SharePoint Generator is released in a beta mode on December 8th, 2021. So in this video, let us see what are all the features added in this version. Let us see the features one by one, starting from the creation of web part. While creating the web part, usually there will be two options provided. One is for tenant-wide deployment and another one is for API access. So in this version, they have made the tenant-wide deployment as default. So there won't be any option for us to disable it. So in case if you want to disable, you can directly go to the package solution.json and then you can make the property named skip feature deployment as false. The second is they have introduced a new template called minimal, which is very minimal. When you use this template, only the core libraries and the core methods will be there in the code. So it's more like a no JavaScript framework template, but it is very minimal. The third is changes in the package solution.json file. I won't say it is a changes. It is by default they are populating some of the few properties. So in older versions also these properties exist, but while creating the web part itself, they are just populating these properties. Fourth is they have introduced a new lifecycle method called onThemeChanged, which is by default added into the core. So whenever there is a change in the theme, whether it is a dark theme or not, so automatically your code can recognize the change and then you can do the changes. The next is there is a new property called is served from localhost added to the current context variable. So using that property, you can check whether your web part is served from the local or it is deployed. And there is also a new property called is group name hidden, which is added to the property pan properties. So where you can just hide the group name if it is empty. By default, this will be false. Once you enabled it, if the group name is empty, it won't occupy the empty space. It will be automatically hidden from the end users. And next is some of the sample boilerplate codes are already there for you to implement onThemeChanged and how to use the CSS variables, and there are a few other things. Last but not least, by default the web part will support for section background. So they have also by default added the property support theme variants as true in the package solution.json. So one thing to note is these are all the features that are currently released in this beta version. So please keep in mind, do not use this version for production. So it is a preview release. So anything can be changed while releasing to the GA. So let us see one by one in action. So this is my beta environment where I have run the depth command for SharePoint Generator, and you can see currently it is using 1.14.0 beta.4 version. And I have run the command yo at Microsoft/SharePoint. So it provides me with an option to create a new web part. So I have just created a directory test. So these are all the same. And I hope you all are aware, I think from 1.12.1 or 1.13, the SharePoint framework version support only SharePoint Online version. So if you want to use, if you want to develop framework web parts for on-premise, then better you can use 1.10. From 1.4.1 until 1.10 you can use it. And when I choose SharePoint Online, you see here usually there will be two options. Now they have removed the first option, so they are just displaying the tenant admin option. Deployment is enabled by default. So in case if you don't want that option, you have to go and change the skip feature deployment property to false. And I'll select no for this API. And as always, there are four options: web part extension, library, adaptive card extension, and there are some features which are introduced for adaptive card extension, which I'll not be covering in this video. So I'll just try to create a new web part. So here you can see there are three options. One is minimal, no JavaScript framework, and another one is React. So in order to reduce the time, I have just created a web part using the React framework. So this is the web part. So it's already running. So you can see the output here. So they have changed the template. So usually it will be a blue screen with a couple of links and description, and now they have just presented a different UI, and this UI itself which is very clean. And here, as I told, it supports, by default it is supported for section backgrounds, and you can see it automatically supports the section background. And the same I have just running it inside the site pages, so that I can show you the theme change. So here when I try to change the theme, so currently it is using some red design. I'll just choose the dark. So automatically it adapts to the dark theme. Vice versa, it also adapts to the light theme. So these are all few properties and enhancements which are added by default. So which will reduce our effort to implement. All the boilerplate codes are already there. So you are just required to use it. So please use it. And moving on to the package solution.json. So these are all the properties which are added by default. So these properties already exist in older version, but it's very rare. A few of them will give this property. And particularly if you are deploying it for teams, or if you are publishing it in the App Store, then you need to give all these properties. But here they have by default they have added these properties, and this is the features they have created by default. In case if you don't want the tenant deployment option, you have to enable this property to false. Skip future deployment, enable this to false. And next is the web part manifest file. I think they have added all the hosts in the supported host, and they have also added the supports theme variant true. So this will provide support for the section background support and other theme support. Okay. Next is the actual webpart.ts file. Here many changes. There are many changes. First, they have declared a variable for capturing the dark theme and then the environment message. So the environment message is something they are just displaying whether it is serving from the local host or it is serving from your deployment that is inside the app catalog. And for that they are using the environment message. And in previous version you can see only the description property, and now they have added along with the description, they have added 4 new properties. They are also passing whether it is a dark theme or not. And through the environment message, here they are passing the message, but actually you can also pass whether it is serving from the local host or not. And also teams context, whether it is inside the teams or it is inside the SharePoint. And the last is the display name. So these are all some of the examples where you can learn how to pass the properties to the actual TSX file. And get environment message, if you see here, they are just checking whether it is loaded under teams. If it is loaded under teams, whether it is served from local host or not. If it is served from local host, they are just displaying a message that it is inside the teams, but it is serving from local host. And you can see the message inside the localization strings. So these are all different messages. They are just displaying based on the property is served from localhost, which is actually implemented inside the current context variable. And the next is on theme changed event, which is built into the core. So you can leverage this method So basically, when this method triggers is whenever you changed the theme, whenever it detects the theme change, this method automatically triggers. And here they are also getting the current theme, and from the current theme they are getting the theme colors, and you can also get the palette and other information. So if you see here, I have just loaded it in the developer tools, and I have just displayed the current theme object where you can get effects, fonts, palette, semantic color, spacing. You can use any of these properties and then you can use it in your web part. It's very easy now. And one more thing they are trying to explain is how you can use the CSS variables. So here they are just setting the property called body text link hover using the semantic colors. And since they are using these variables and then the semantic colors, and you can see the reason why the section background color automatically changes. So when the section background color automatically changes, the text also it change. If it is red, the text becomes white, and if the background is white, automatically the text becomes the primary theme color. This is because they are just using the semantic colors and then assigning this variable in the CSS. So other than that, there is a property called is group hidden. So you can use this. By default it is set to false, but you can enable this, and in case if you forgot to mention any group name, instead of occupying the space in the property pan section, if you enable this property, automatically the group header will be hidden. Okay. Next is the props. As I said, apart from description, there are 4 variables they have just declared in the props, and the actual TSX file where they have changed the design, they are just loading the image. There is a new folder called assets where by default there will be 2 images, one is dark and one is light, and based on the theme they are loading these images. And they are also loading some of the learning links, graph and other things where we can leverage on these links, and then we can learn more about SharePoint framework and what all the integrations we can do it. So these are all just help links and documentation links. So if you see the CSS, so here they are using the variables. So whatever you have declared here, body text link hovered, they are automatically using the variables body text, link and then link hovered. So these are all the changes. As of now, it is released in SharePoint Generator version 1.14. There could be more, or even there could be some of the features could be removed. So let us wait and see. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.